Hey everyone, I'm Preeti. I work as a security data scientist. Now, you must be asking, what is that? What does that mean? It means I develop AI models and solutions to solve security problems. Let me give you an analogy. If all our defenders are like superheroes like Batman, then a security data scientist or someone like me, I am the person who builds the Batmobile to make Batman much more effective and really, really good at their job. Anybody who is looking to enter the security industry or who's already established has heard of the term red team, blue team, so standard attacking and defense. But there's also a yellow team. A yellow team builds, and my job is precisely that. I build innovative technology for the blue team. I'm a principal level scientist, and that means my job is to direct research experiments, evaluate emerging technologies, and create new tools and models that will arm our defenders and equip them to handle the latest threats. My typical day starts off with communications, distilling problems, and talking to stakeholders to understand their pain points. And then I build models. And this could be like prototyping a model sometimes, or building full-fledged generative AI applications. I could be engaging with my detection and response team to identify what automation they need and determine whether something is a real attack or not. Or on another day, completely doodling over what is the next level of threat that we should be detecting. My cyber why, or the reason I'm in this field, is because of a life incident where my friend's social media page was defaced. And I was very determined to solve those problems and learn the underlying technology. And this was very natural because I kind of liked puzzles and it was a natural progression. And this lent itself very well to some of the challenges that we saw, the investigative and detective work that we do in fields like forensics or reverse engineering or offensive security, where we're kind of breaking things. So this was a really big natural draw for me, and it happened quite naturally. As much as I love my job and love being in this field, there are also a lot of challenges. And I would say the challenge is also kind of a nice way. The challenge is that I work at the intersection of two exploding fields, which is like the data AI field as well as the security field. And keeping up with this knowledge is really hard. It's easy to get distracted with all the different kinds of information that's out there, but being intentional and having some dedicated time to explore different aspects of each of these on a monthly basis, I think that's a good way to build upon strengths. And also, it's okay if you don't know everything, you can always lean on your teammates to learn. And that's definitely one of the things that I would say would be important in your journey. I've seen a lot of threats, and one of the ways I've seen threats evolve, I think the categories of threats tend to be similar, but the way they manifest is different. Just like how we as defenders could be very quick in adapting newer technologies, attackers are also very good at that. And there are two spectrums. The main goal is financial goal, and that's typically the broader set of attacks that we see. And the smaller set of attacks that we see are like those really sophisticated attacks. So my approach has been kind of informed by seeing some of these, and I try to help build the baselines so that we are definitely catching a lot of the much more run-of-the-mill attacks that are financially motivated. And then also building some sophistication with multiple approaches to tackle the truly difficult, sophisticated attacks when it comes to defending. Regardless, I think the common point is everybody likes to find that choke point, and focusing on that choke point or that bottleneck. I think that's a great way to help secure, because that the weakest link is always what people tend to attack or go after. Another approach to security for me has been to always help humans and be human centric. So that's also another way that I think about it. Even if I can't catch the latest, the greatest threat, help humans, equip them, arm them with the right kind of tools that can help them make that decision. In terms of my projects, I have a lot of fun with a lot of projects because this is a very much a strategic and an experimental role. And I say that the best types of AI models or the tools are the things that you don't actually see, something that's very seamlessly integrated. For example, one of the projects that I had worked on previously, it was related to vulnerability management. We all have management programs, and we're always struggling to find out which one should I patch first. Unfortunately, we are conditioned to just look at severities and criticalities, but not priorities. And not everything that is severe is a priority because the severity may not be the same in your context, in your organization, in your local environment. So, one of the things that I've done is kind of built out a tool that scoops up different articles for attacker tactics, techniques, and finds what is really exploitable and also learn from some of the items that have been patched and prioritized previously, combine all of them to truly present like a prioritized list of what my engineering teams need to action, what I should action as a security analyst in terms of what I should patch. So that was definitely a project that I enjoyed and that's something that had a lot of impact. And these models can scale really well. Another fun project that I'm currently working on is how do I help security defenders go through this investigative process through, say, agentic AI? These are some really cool questions to answer and come up with some interesting tools. Regardless of what I do day to day and the kind of role that I'm in, I want to say that there are a couple of things that's very important for achieving success in this field. I want to say be curious, be forward leaning, and embrace the new technologies because even if you don't, the attackers will, just as I alluded to a few minutes before. Be willing to make it possible, always have a can do mindset. A lot of times people ask, is it necessary for a security engineer to code? It depends on the role. But what would I say? Why not? It's a good tool to have in your arsenal. If you're the superhero, would you say no to new tools? Absolutely not. Keep those tools. Similarly, we're all moving to a data world. Introduce yourself to data skills, learn about them, and also have very good evangelism skills because that's very important to articulate and advocate for the overall security posture and regardless of where you're working. So I really hope you consider a career and adopt the yellow color. It gives you a lot of opportunity to think strategically, experiment with ideas, and seeing those ideas come to fruition by seeing those defenders making use of those tools, it is quite rewarding and it's a great way to hone your craft. Thank you very much.